video, quick and simple. Surron Ultra B review. It's not a paid promotion, nothing like that. I pay with all my money. They haven't sent me anything, so don't worry about me trying to like tell you any false information. But yeah, let's get it. First thing, I'm not going to cut anything because let's just get straight into it. But yeah, first thing about this bike I want to talk about is the brakes. The brakes are like generally good. They're like motorbike brakes. They have the click in them, if you can maybe hear, like that. Awesome. They do the job. You got a wheelie, drop it back even, and they just come straight down as soon as you press it. The front will come straight down. That's another good thing about it. Like, the brakes are just awesome. There is quite a few buttons, so I'll tell you which one's which. Here's the ready button. So when you turn the bike on, so the kill switch, I just turned it off, so the bike's off obviously. Like, pretend I turn the key. I'll just do it for you. I'll turn on the key, wait for the bike to load real quick, then I'll press that ready button. As soon as that ready button turns on, I can throttle. Kill switch, obviously, boom, turns the bike off, and then you just turn it back on, press the ready button, it turns on. Here's your mode. So Eco is, I don't know what kilowatt that is actually. The bike is 12.5 kilowatt peak, 6 kilowatt continuous, 74 volt, 55 amp hour battery. So it has got good range. It sucks the top speed is about 100, which isn't the fastest for the price you pay, which is about 8,000 AED. But everything else on the bike is awesome. Like, if you're not trying to go over 100 kilometers an hour, like, you don't really need to. Like, it's like the torque on it, it's because it's got 440 newton meters of torque. So like, it just pops straight up, you know what I mean? You might have to yank it a bit to get it up at high speeds, but yeah. So we got Eco mode. It's got a bit of torque in it, a bit of like push, and then we got drive, which is like daily drive mode. I don't use this. I only use Eco to cruising if I'm like on a path and I don't need to get anywhere fast and I'm trying to save charge. I use that. So daily drive has a bit of torque on it. Like, you can pop it up, and I do sometimes wheelie in it if I'm going to scrape, like hit 12 o'clock, scrape the rear fender. And then Sport, I think is 12.5 kilowatt, is the fastest, and that's got the most torque. You can adjust the throttle sensitivity, so there's F1, F2 and F3. Obviously the higher the more responsive the throttle is. I used to run F2 when I first got this bike, because I've had 2 of these bikes for 8 months. I had 2 Ultra Bs, one from the dealership that I paid about 10.5k for AED, and then I got one straight from RAFC bikes that I got for around 8,000 AED. Differences, couldn't tell you, no difference, just the price. So I wish I got this first, but it is what it is. The only difference actually is that the black one that I got from, you might see my other videos that I got from the dealership, had it had like black frame instead of silver. I mean, instead of green, dark green. That's really it. And then like a black front big plate and fender. But you can just change them. They're like 50 bucks for a set of plastics or whatever. Yeah, that's the only difference. So basically I got scammed. Did I though? I don't really know, but it's alright. Like, I'm not that fussed. I already sold that one. Now I've just got this and I'm happy with this. Like, it's a wheelie machine, you know what I mean? It's got the power, it's got everything you need. It's like the size of a 250cc dirt bike. Power to weight ratio, well, it weighs 85 kilos, but 12.5 kilowatt to that is pretty good, you know what I mean? I don't know what C it's being considered, but it's good. On it, I think you can get around 140 kilometers with all brake regen and engine braking settings on and cruising at 40 kilometers per hour. So you've got to be slow, you've got to be somewhere where you're not going to get honked at. You can be on a path and you'll be able to get basically wherever. But also another awesome thing about this bike is you can put the charger in the seat. I don't know any other bikes that have that, which is awesome because you can carry that charger with you anywhere, plug it into an outlet, boom, you can charge up wherever and go wherever. If you are riding like me, so doing wheelies and constant like fast speeds and stuff, you're not going to use much range. might be able to hit a slight bit faster, but so here it is. It's a bit big, I can't lie. Like the size of it, it's a bit big. I did something to my front plate, trying to take it off, I broke it. But yeah, I am about 5'6" roughly. So it's a decent size. I'm running 18-inch rear and I think a 19-inch front. This comes stock. It is 12.5 kilowatts peak, but it's 6 kilowatt continuous. So it runs 6, but I think it's tweaked to 12.5. The mode, it's all right. Like for the price of it and the kilowatts and everything, I was hoping for more. But like, I think the torque of it, so like, it has 440 newton meters of torque. So I'm like, the torque on it is good. I feel like it makes up for the top speed being a bit low. But like, you don't really need to go any faster on an electric bike. Like, the electric bikes are good for everything, you know what I mean? Like wheeling, see what I mean? The brakes, you just tap them in, they come down. And like wheeling, the bike's good for wheeling. But I'm a bit rusty, haven't ridden in a big minute. But yeah, like overall the bike's good for starters. I think the power of it's equivalent to like a 250cc dirt bike roughly. I'm not 100% sure because I don't really ride dirt bikes, to be honest. I did have a Yamaha MT-09 that was a lot more powerful than this, but like, you can see the power on this, like with that torque. Once it gets past like 50 kilometers or whatever, so like, I don't know, 20, 30 miles or whatever, I don't know what it is, the torque starts to, like, it can't go as much. So yeah, it's like you can't pick it up as much. You have to do knee knockers to properly wheelie, unless you're like pumping the foot, which is fine. The suspension on it, great. Like, it's got great suspension. I do ride a bit of off-roading on it, so yeah, like I'm not the best dirt bike rider or whatever, track rider, but like, yeah, it's good for off-roading and all. I do ride mainly street, and I think it's pretty good for the street. I've gotten pretty sick of it though, like the power. That's why I'm thinking of buying a Stark Varg, maybe registering that, not sure yet. But yeah, these can't get registered. Oh, actually no, if you do buy the all-terrain version where it comes with like turtle tires and then mirrors, indicators, rear plate, spot indicators at the back and everything, I think you can actually register them. But like, this one is the dirt version, so this one you can't register. If you guys are interested, I'll be able to do a range test next video. Next video I can do a range test with max settings on and just go for a fat ride, because I have done it before. I haven't recorded it, but I got around, I think about 55 kilometers at about like 55 kilometers of range, cruising at about an average of 60 k's, or like, yeah, nah, roughly that, something like that, yeah. And I had about 40-ish% left, so it might not what it be, like it might not what it is exactly from what it says from the dealership. Like I reckon with every setting turned on and you're actually cruising at that 40-kilometer speed where it says to, I reckon you might be able to get at least 100 or a bit more. But yeah, that's without wheelies and all that. I do wheelies and stuff, so it drains the battery a bit. But when you don't run any of like the brake reach and engine braking settings, even though it's the same thing, that actually has 2 settings in there, the battery, I must say, dies a lot quicker. I reckon I can get like 50 kilometers probably on a full charge, maybe a bit less, to be honest. Depends how I'm riding with and like doing wheelies and stuff. If I'm going like that and going fast, I reckon I could probably get like, yeah, something like that, maybe a bit less, doing all that stuff. That's why I don't know if to get a Stark Varg or not, because I haven't, like, the range on them isn't the best. But yeah,